People, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. This is your match preview between Wolves and Chelsea on Sunday. We have not beaten Wolves for a while. I mean, if you look at our stats from the last 5 games, Wolves have won 3 of them. We've drawn 1 and we've won 1. That's not good enough. Last season, they came to the bridge. Cunha had a hat trick against Chelsea. They beat us home and away. And of course, that was the game where Sterling could have Raheem Sterling could have easily squared that ball to either Cole Palmer or Nicholas Jackson. But again, he decided to do hero ball. He decided to do what he wanted to do. And here we are. Lost that game badly. I expect this game to be tough. I expect this game to be hard. I expect this game to not be easy. We've not really had our way with Wolves in the last couple of games. So again, honestly, I think it's important to get some points on the board. We lost against Man City first game. Cool. No big deal. No one expected you to win against Man City, but we're expecting you to beat Wolves. And look, it doesn't have to be a comfortable win. It doesn't have to be a, complete domination. I just need the 3 points. So if you have to forget about this whole passing from the back, if you have to go long, if you have to get some goals from set pieces, whatever you need to do, I just need to see at the end of that game, we have more goals than Wolves and we're winning that game. It's really that simple. I don't care about the style of play. We need some some points on the board. When you start winning, regardless of how pretty it might be, how disgusting it might be, it breeds confidence. When you're confident, then a lot of good results come your way, to the point where even if you draw some games and you lose some games, it ain't even the end of the world, because you have the ability to come back. So against Wolves, I'm expecting I'm expecting a better performance than we saw against Servette. I think Maresca's going to make a few changes. Hopefully Cole Palmer is fit to play. And even if he was, would I probably start him off the rip? Not really, because in the few games he's played since he's been back, he's not really looked sharp. He's not looked on it, which is understandable. He hasn't had no preseason. Came back from holiday straight into the team, so I can get it, right? But you have to protect Cole Palmer. That's our talisman. So if he's not 100% ready to go, trust the squad. That's why we have a big team. For this game, we might have, Felix on the bench. Again, a welcome sign, a welcome addition. He's already been signed, so he should definitely be registered for this game. And I'd like to see him play some parts at some point in this game. But again, we're going to look into the predicted lineup. This is what I would like to see. I don't know if this is something Maresca is going to do, because again, he surprises us every day with his lineups and player picks. So let me bring my predicted lineup on the screen so I can show you guys what I decided to go with. Again, no idea if Maresca is going to go with this, but I think some of these guys are still going to feature anyway. So again, we're keeping in line with what we've seen so far. It's your 3-2-4-1 formation. I don't want to see Sanchez in goal. I want to see Jorgensen be the number 1. We signed him to compete with, Sanchez. Jorgensen, the few times we've seen him in goal, he's looked composed, he's looked assured. And again, I think because the fact that he's still pretty new and he hasn't really made a lot of errors, the anxiety and the nervousness when he has the ball back there, that's a lot limited. Unlike Sanchez, we know Sanchez has a mistake in him. We know Sanchez has those lapses of concentration where we're going to be winning the game comfortably, and he decides to pass the ball back to the opposition. So again, for me, Jorgensen, I like to see him start. The back three, I think it's potentially going to be Fofana, Colwell, and Cucurella. Again, I went with this three because I think this is our strongest set of defenders. I don't think Colwell was awful against Man City, even though he could have been, he could have did a lot better for the goal. But it's Erling Haaland. Look, you're not going to keep Haaland out as much. So Colwell for me starts. I like to see Fofana get some minutes as well. He's looked good so far, but again, it's only a game in. So let's see what kind of Fofana we're going to get consistently for the remainder of the season. Listen, I think he's our best defender when fit, to be fair with you. So I'll play Fofana. Again, Servette, Disasi, Tosin played, and Viega. Again, that's the squad depth right there being utilized well. You want to protect these guys since it's the first few games of the season, man. You don't want to burn these guys out. You don't want your most important players playing the pointless games and picking up little niggles here and there. So no, Cucurella completes that back three for me. Again, he's comfortable and familiar in that role. If it has to switch to a traditional back four with Caicedo moving more as the right back who inverts into midfield, that's still fine for me because I want to see him and Lavia screen that midfield. I think them two give us a lot more protection in that midfield. They give us some more steel. They give us some more bite, and they still pass the ball forward. And as awful as our defense has looked, without these two, I think it's probably going to look a lot worse. Even with them two, we're still conceding chances. So I think that's our strongest pivot, and I like to see them both play. I didn't play Gusto in this game because Gusto's been shocking. Both games he's played so far, he's looked lost. I don't know what happened to Malo during preseason, but I'm going to need the Gusto of last season back because the one we're seeing right now is a clone, for real, for real. He's clumsy with his passing. Doku was having this guy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, it was disgusting to watch. Typically, when Gusto plays against a winger, for a fact he's locking that winger down for the most part. He locked Doku up both times when we played Man City last season. But this season, he's been a little shaky. So for me, he wouldn't start this game only because I want to see Lavia and Caicedo on those two midfield positions. Further up the pitch, Pedro Neto's his homecoming, essentially, against Wolves. I would like to see him play on that left. Again, Sterling, we know he's not part of this team, so that's another option we don't have. You could potentially play Joao Felix if he's registered on time, and I don't see why he wouldn't. You could play him, but I think Neto for me starts on that left. Neto actually did look very good when he played on the right. So he's one of those wingers that's comfortable on either flank. And if I had to pick, I'll think the right is probably his strongest just because he can cut in, take a shot. But again, he's the type of dude who can take you on the inside and then he can take his defender on the outside. So either or, I think he will be fine on the left. And Nkunku plays as one of the 8/10 for me. One of our decent creators with the ball. He didn't really have an impact against Servette, but he got his goal. He won the penalty, and he would, I would want to see him build on that. And next to him, I would like to see Enzo play as well. See, for me now, this formation, right? It could be played in a way where Enzo drops a bit deeper into midfield, so it will look more like a 3-3-4, or it'll be a 3-3-3-1 for me, where I don't want to see Enzo up there in those areas because I don't think his skill set is best utilized. When Maresca came in, we thought he was probably going to be more of the 6 than Lavia was going to be, with the whole Winks role. And Enzo is probably one of our better passers on the ball when it comes to being in midfield and building up play. I wouldn't want to see him as, far forward as he has looked in recent games because I just don't think he's as effective. So if he could drop a bit deeper, let Nkunku occupy more of those central areas and stop getting in each other's way. I think sometimes these guys all want to occupy the same areas of the pitch. There's just so much congestion. Enzo just play a bit deeper, build up play, keep him moving. Madueke, I would hope to see him start. I thought he should have started against Man City. I thought he should have started against Servette. He comes in against Servette, gets that goal, kills that whole tie. And, you know, I know he gets a lot of smoke, right? Because I don't think he's everybody's cup of tea, but he's one of those guys I say a lot. He has certain skill sets and attributes that I believe are going to be helpful to the team. He is going to help the team with just being able to take on a defender one-on-one, try to beat that defender, try to create a chance, try to give some output to that attack. My biggest criticism with him is he can do all of that good stuff till it's time to either cut the ball back, take a shot, create something, and then the final product is lacking. That's my only gripe for Madueke. But other than that, look, I don't know if Palmer is going to be fit for this game, and even if he is, I won't risk him. Honestly, like Palmer for me, you would bring him in when it's absolutely like throw the kitchen sink at Wolves. Like when we're down 1-0, you really feel like you want to throw all your attackers on. That's when you could risk Palmer. But even so, I would not be risking him first 2 games of the season. Like we should have enough to beat Wolves. So Madueke starts and Jackson starts up front. Look, we ain't got no options. Clearly, both our strikers can strike a ball. Both our strikers cannot score a goal. So it's like a black kettle and a black pot. Both are just still going to be there and just do what they need to do. Jackson, Guiu, they do everything really well. I mean, Jackson to a higher degree and a higher extent does everything very well. So it's when you need to put the ball into the back of the net, and then he's just not on it. So for me, Jackson starts ahead of Guiu. Look, there's about 10-ish days before this transfer window closes. And it's embarrassing to keep saying we need a striker after how much money has been spent on this team. But we definitely need an upgrade when it comes to that attacking area. Like the defense, yes, cool. You could probably get a defender you feel would upgrade this team massively in. But if not, we can kind of get by with the options we have. You know, if you could get the structure right, the midfield balance right, the defensive shape right, I think we can, we'll concede a few goals here and there, but I think would have enough firepower to score more on the other end. So Jackson completes this team for me. And again, Guiu should have definitely done a lot better with his chance against Servette. It is what it is. But, you know, when you look at the options that we could potentially have on the bench, you're talking about your Desasis, your Badiashiles, your Villegas, Mudryk will be on that bench for sure. I think Palmer, again, if he's past fit to play, is on that bench. Joao Felix is going to be on that bench as well. I think you just have options. You know what I mean? Against Wolves, it's not going to be easy because they've been smoking us for the last couple of games. So this team here, I think we have the right balance of like attacking quality. The midfield, you know, will still have enough bodies in there to not be overrun. The two, you know, the defenders, Fofana and Kolo, they're gonna have to be on it. These guys are gonna have to stop just, you know, those lapses of concentration. They're gonna have to like cut that shit out because we just keep paying for it. They're gonna have to be focused 90 minutes. Cucurella, you're gonna have to win your duels because you just kept getting beat for the most part when Savio was just taking you on. Cucurella is gonna have to have a good game. Lavia has been our best midfielder right now. And for someone who has been out for so long, salute to the kid. He is amazing. Good, you know, he's a good player. Our best 6 in this team by far. Being able to build up play, being able to escape the pressure, press resistant, forward passing, defensively, you know, astute. Look, I can keep going on about Lavia. The guy is just quality. Caicedo's going to have to be a lot stronger in his tackles, a lot cleaner. You can't be fouling everybody. You know, you can't be looking lethargic. Like, I'm not worried about him because I know he's also going to pick up form. And Enzo, look, the performance you gave when you came in against Servette, I need that again. I need you to be dangerous. I need you to help the midfield. I need you to be creative. And hopefully someone can take their chance. And if it's going to be a narrow win, it's a narrow win. 3 points on the board. You move on to the next game. That's just it. Right now, you need results. If you're giving me results without great play, like a play style, I don't care, man. I just need wins. I just need results. I just want to be able to get back into the Champions League. I want to be able to compete. And I think this team is going to be strong enough to do it. But guys, this is the end of the preview. Before I go, I'll say it again. If this is your first time coming across my content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, support the channel grow, support it, get to where I feel like it could really get to. Before you know it, 100 subs, and then 200, 500, and then 1,000, 2,000. The goal is to have just as many people enjoying the content. That's the most important thing. Like, if you engage with what I do, and even if you don't like what I'm saying, listen, hop in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel like the season is going to go. Let me know how you feel the game against Wolves is going to go, who you think is going to win it, who are going to be the danger man to look for. And if I had to give a match prediction before I go, look, I want us to win this game. I feel like we're still going to concede, right? So I think we have 2 goals in us. And based on the starting lineup I put out there, who do I think can get us a goal? I can see Neto. I can see him getting a goal against his former team. Players just tend to do that. They leave, play against their former teams, and you see them on the score sheet. So if I had to put something on someone to potentially get a goal in this game, I'll say Pedro Neto. I can see Madueke getting on the score sheet again because he looks hungry. He looks ready. He looks confident. Yes, there's times when he could be a bit selfish. He could be immature a bit. He could look disinterested. But look, he's carried on that form from preseason, and he's looking to make a statement. So listen, I think he could definitely have an impact. I can see him getting a go. I'm not even going to count on Jackson because Jackson just does Jackson things. So again, for me, match prediction, I think we're probably going to win this game by 2-1. I'll take a nice 3-1, just to be a bit more comfortable and just have more breathing space. But I don't think this game is going to be easy by any stretch. But yeah, we're going to end it here, people. I'll see you back after the game. Hopefully I come back and we've won this game. To the next video, guys. Peace.